Steelers and Chiefs, Fuhrman. The Steelers opened a 2-touchdown underdog. Number came almost immediately down. Tell me if I'm wrong on this. And has set basically right at 12.5-ish. Steelers, biggest underdog of opening wild card weekend for this entire week. I'm on the Steelers. And I understand everybody out there who said, Clay, did you not see what happened when the Steelers went on the road against the Chiefs in this game, a couple weeks ago? Yes, I saw it. And we should also mention Clyde Edwards-Helaire officially out. I saw that a little bit earlier today. Expectation is Tyreek Hill is going to be able to go. Obviously, he factors in a big way here. But I just think 12.5 in a playoff game, when we know Mike Tomlin's success, when we know the Steelers have an identity, when we know their defense usually brings the lunch pail, so to speak, every single week. TJ Watt sitting there at 22.5 sacks. I like the Steelers to keep this game inside of single digits. I think the Chiefs will win, but I'm taking the Steelers plus the 12.5.
So you mentioned the number here, Clay, and it's worth noting that this will be the largest point spread that we've seen, at least by the database that I look at, as far as a wild card weekend underdog. And when you look at previous history, double-digit favorites have fared exceptionally well. The last 6 times we've seen it, 6-0 straight up, obviously, and 6-0 against the spread. This will also be the largest underdog tag attached to the Pittsburgh Steelers, going all the way back to 2007, a Week 14 game against the New England Patriots. So a little bit of uncharted territory for a very proud franchise. And to your point, a lot of people remember what they saw last, and that was Kansas City absolutely taking Pittsburgh to the woodshed in a game that really wasn't as close as the final score indicated, which is saying something when you win by 3 touchdowns plus. But without Clyde Edwards-Helaire and a Kansas City ground game, I think that leaves a little bit to be desired. You can't necessarily exploit the Steelers' biggest deficiency, and that's been their inability to get off the field when they're matched up with a physically imposing ground and pound attack. Now, in the first meeting, Travis Kelce didn't play. It didn't matter. The Steelers did a good job limiting Tyreek Hill, but it was Byron Pringle that went off, along with a couple other guys. And I do think it's a little bit scary that Kansas City is starting to figure out ways to get Mecole Hardman involved, knowing how explosive he can be as a run-after-the-catch guy, despite the deficiency he has as a full-on route runner. However, defensively, let's see what Kansas City brings. They were one step ahead of the Steelers offensively last time around, but this is kind of, you throw caution to the wind. I mean, Big Ben said, we're probably the 14th team out of 14 in the playoffs. We're probably a 3-touchdown underdog in this spot. And I know he was making jest of all of it, but you love that carefree attitude. What do the Steelers have to lose? They have to feel like they're working on borrowed time in this particular spot. And while it won't be pretty for extended stretches in this game, I'm with you here. I lean Steelers, but for me to actually bet it, I'd probably need to get the number up to 2 touchdowns, and I'm not quite sure the market will move that far.